And good morning, conscious cruisers, on this
Hey.
wonderful Monday morning. We are here with episode, I think, number 71 of the Conscious
Wow.
Cruiser.
Mhm.
Today, I have Chet from Sea Lake Journeys with me and Elisa from Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. We make up the Conscious Cruiser, and today we're going to be talking about things that should stay at home while you are on a cruise. And I think it's 420 edition, so let's do it.
Welcome into the Conscious Cruiser podcast, the know before you go approach to cruising and travel. The smartest cruiser is the Conscious Cruiser. And your conscious casters, Elisa, Chet, and Scott.
That is us, your 2025 Best Podcast Meet and I Award winners for 2025. That's right. You are listening right now to the best podcast that you could possibly listen to on cruising and travel. And again, if you have not gone over and checked out Meet and I, they put on this wonderful, wonderful award ceremony every single year for us wonderful content creators. So go on over, show them a little love, and yeah, hopefully 2026 could also be the best podcast too, because we want to be. So, all right, let's kick us off here and let's talk about some things that should stay at home on your next cruise. Or on all of your cruises anyway. Okay, question number one. Have you ever seen or ran into drug sniffing dogs at a home port? And which one or which ones were they, if you can remember? Elisa, have you ever seen a drug sniffing dog?
I feel like I've only seen them once, maybe twice. But they were both in I think it was twice, but it was both at the port of Miami.
Okay.
And I have to say, like, I understand that they're doing the job, but it's a little off-putting. Everybody's in the, getting ready to go on vacation and have a good time, trying to get into the chill mode, and to have you like drop your bags, take 2 steps back, whatever they tell you. They don't say exactly like that, but still, you have to get a step back so the dogs can do their thing. I'm like, I didn't like it very much. I didn't like it.
I agree. I have to agree. It is a little off-putting. I think that's a perfect word. They're like, yeah, don't lift your bag, keep on walking, don't make motions to the dog. You're like, okay, I just want a kiss on the lips when I get on the ship. Jesus. Like, all right, Chet. Have you and Robin ever run into some drug sniffing dogs at a home port? And which one was it?
Yep, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral, all three of them,
All three of
different times. Yeah, and sometimes I even videoed one. In fact, it's a video, a short I made, and it's got like 8,000 views. But I was just going up the ramp, boarding the ship, and I happened to go up there looking at. I was going to show them lifting up the luggage to go inside the ship. Well, there was walking around with the dog, checking all that stuff right out there on the thing. So I'm glad they do, because I really don't need that stuff around me. I don't want that stuff around me. Leave it at home.
That's where it belongs.
If you can't leave it at home, stay at home with it.
That's right. It does belong at home. You cannot bring any of that stuff on the ship with you. It is against the federal laws. So leave it at home. Definitely, for sure. I have seen the drug dogs at Port Canaveral. In Port Canaveral, I didn't have to walk through the drug dogs. They were just kind of around. Miami. Every time I've been out of Miami, there is like 2 of them, one on each side, and you have to walk by. You have to put your bags down. You can't motion to the dogs. You just got to keep on walking, and you just keep on going. But everybody does it. It's not like a random thing where it's like that. It's everybody. So that is in Miami every single time. I almost assume that. The one that kind of surprised me was Galveston, and I'm not sure if they're still doing that. But when I went out of Galveston, I actually had a little run-in with the drug dog. But it wasn't drugs. Don't worry. It was coffee, actually. And the drug dog did it, and they took
That's
my
what the kids are calling it. Sorry.
But yeah, so in Texas too, we had in Galveston, I had to actually walk down the hallway, and there was only one dog, but the gentleman that was training the dog or had the dog was going randomly up and around. You know, he was doing like a zigzagging. He was like, "Don't motion to the dog. Just let the sergeant or let the officer do what he wants. Just keep on walking like they're not even there. Like the dog or the person isn't even there." And walk around. And if the dog obviously sat or alerted, then you would get taken to this small like corner room where they would pick apart all your bags and your underwear out and start throwing it all over. They didn't really do that. I'm just joking. But yeah, so that's where I saw it. Miami, I think, being one of the most popular. I don't know. I think it lost the most popular, but being one of the most heavily populated, I think that one, you almost have to assume every time you're going to go into Miami that you're gonna run into Fido or Fifi or Fofo or whatever they named them. So. All right, number 2, what is an item that you leave at home during a cruise, but something that you normally use every day, or something that you use quite often at home that you have to leave at home? And we'll leave the 420 stuff out of it. We're not talking about that. We're talking about actual things that you can't bring on a cruise. So either one of you, Mr. Chet, you have a prohibited item that you cannot bring with you?
Well, appliances. I mean, I can't bring my stove, my microwave. No, of course I'm not bringing none of that because I don't want to do no cooking. I don't want to do none of that stuff. But as far as prohibited items, no, I don't have anything prohibited that I would bring. I really don't. I do leave my YouTube computer at home because I got a laptop that I use here, and I used to take it with me so I could do editing and stuff on the ship. I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing that no more. No, it's enough to do the videoing itself. If I just focus on that, I'll do all the rest of that when I get home. But I don't have anything prohibited that I can. No, nothing as far as that goes.
The only thing I could think that I would like to take if I could would be like a clothes steamer, or I used to do the travel iron all the time. Now I don't know if I took it on a cruise ship, but in traveling I like to have my things pressed. But now I just will send it out if it really has to get ironed. But yeah, the convenience of knowing that you have it right there and not have to search up if there's a laundry room or somewhere you can go and iron your things. I would like to have it right there with me. Just a steamer, maybe. I don't know.
Just a steamer, Stanley steamer. So there are a few things that I'm just going to bring them to light. That may or may not, but I do know that some guys, they do carry pocket knives, so you cannot bring your pocket knife, even if it's a small tiny one and you're just using it to cut wire ties or whatever they call those things, right? You can't bring it. Okay. Ladies or men. Okay. Anybody, right? Those cuticle scissors that have the long needle nose where you can literally stab somebody in the neck. Okay. If they find them, they're going to take them from you. Okay. You can't use those. I think you can still bring the nail clippers. I think that's fine. But anything that's like a surgical kind of utensil that has cutting things on it, you can't bring it. It's like a knife. It's like a weapon. Let's think. You could still bring some straighteners, right? On like curling irons and stuff, or they're prohibited. Okay. So curling irons you can still bring. Let's think. I mean, pocket knife was the first one that rings to mind.
That was a good one. That makes sense.
I might not carry mine every day, but I have one. I definitely have one. Whatever it's for, I have one, right? Most guys will have a pocket knife, so definitely don't bring that. Swiss Army knife. I know my dad used to call it a Swiss Army knife back in the day. So Swiss Army knives. No, not bringing any of those. I'm trying to think of anything else that may be, and if you guys are listening along too, and something that you really wish that you could bring that is now prohibited on any one of your cruise lines, let us know. Something that you use every day that you just can't bring on. I will say, if you are going to bring on snacks or you're going to bring on coffee or something like that, this is from personal experience. If you're a coffee nut like me and make your own coffee on the ship, make sure you leave everything that you're going to bring on in the original packaging. Okay. I know sometimes we like to take things out of the packaging, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in a smaller bag, put it in this bag, put it in fold it up in the can, and don't do that. okay? Because it will get taken away if it's unlabeled. You have Starburst that are just naked in a bag, and they find them, they're going to take them because they don't know what they are, right? They look like Starburst,
Naked Starburst. Oh my gosh.
but there's a lot of things that they could be nowadays, right? And there has been issues where things have gotten on ships, right? And they look like candy and people eat them, right? You're going to get it taken away. I got my coffee taken away that was clearly coffee, right? Because it was just in a Ziploc bag and it didn't have the company of the coffee that was on it. And they said if the grounds were in there and it was on the regular coffee, didn't matter what coffee it was. If it had a coffee company on it, they would have let me take it, but the fact that it didn't and it was just Ziploc, they had to take it and toss it. And it was like a $20 a pound coffee. It was like crazy good coffee that I bring on cruises. So I was so upset.
You just made a good point there. I know with medication, take it in your original container that has your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not your sister's name, not your grandpa's, or somebody you borrowed it from. It has to be your name, your prescription number, and all that right off the bottle, because if it's in baggies or something like Scott says, a lot of people like carrying their medication, those little Monday through Friday things like that. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. And for another reason, I had a person that I know personally who was just driving from the coast, wasn't even leaving a cruise or anything. She was just down there shopping or whatever, coming back to where we live. It's 100 miles. Well, she was speeding and got stopped. And I'm talking to an older lady, older than I am. Got pulled over, and they saw the pill container laying there on her seat. And they says, we'd like to check that. And she's like, okay. And it had her medicine in it. They said, we don't know what this medicine is. And she goes, well, it's such and such. They go, you can't transport this. You can't transport it. Long story short, car got towed. She went to jail, faced 5 years in prison, spent tens of thousands of dollars of legal fees to get out of that mess. Still lost her license on top of all that. Never got a license again. So just even if you're on your way to the cruise port, if you think, oh, the cruise don't care if my medicine's in Monday through Wednesday little containers, you know what? Do what you want to do. But I'm telling you, if you do, you're risking a lot of trouble.
You really are.
Leave it in the original containers, like you're saying.
Keep your medication in your original container.
That includes the Tylenol, any of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it may have the stamp Tylenol on there, but it still can be questioned. Or sometimes those, if you get a generic form of things, it's not clear, or it's a number, or it's
right.
Don't do it. If it's not in the original container, don't
bring somebody else's medication. Make sure it's actually yours with your name on it, because they'll hear your ID. You're not Bill Smith. Guess what? Your car's impounded. You're going to jail. Yeah,
right.
Not worth it.
You know my favorite medication though?
What?
I love some Monday Mood Check RX, baby. There's no better pills. I've already taken my pill, and guess what? I'm already there. You should be there too.
And this week's episode of The Conscious Cruiser is sponsored and supported by Elisa's Adventures in Cruising and the Monday Mood Check. Check out the Monday Mood Check every Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern. For some exciting cruise talk, munch pack reviews, and even some home cooking. So start of your week right every week with Elisa and the Monday Mood Check. Don't miss it. And now back to the Conscious Cast.
That's right, the Monday Mood Check, and we will be working on a new promo, right? Because it is the Monday Mood Check with
Elisa.
Okay. With Elisa, yay!
Elisa at Modern Escapades.
Yeah. We'll be making that switch. Still the same time though. So 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Take your Monday Mood RX with Elisa. Come on.
Plenty of room.
I beat you there today, Scott, though. I was there. I'm there.
All right. In your opinion question. I need your guys' opinion. My conscious casters, and also everybody listening along. in your opinion, should they keep things? I know that not every cruise company does, but I found some ridiculous things that are banned. But should they ban things like fans and speakers, or do you feel, in your opinion, that the cruise companies have gone just a little bit too far with speakers and fans, like stupid things like that? Elise, what do you think?
Well, when you were envisioning this question and you said fans, what kind of fans are you talking about? Are you talking about the
No,
You know?
no. I'm sorry. The ceiling fans. Oh, those fans
Oh.
too. Hey, those
Only
fans.
fans.
where the fans at?
Any fans.
Um,
Any fans. Not only fans, but any fans. Okay, these fans. The fans on the roof. The
Fans
fans
have been banned?
Fans. The fans.
Who banned fans? I didn't know that.
They
Yeah.
have to be under 12 inches. So the bigger ones, I
Yeah,
guess,
they're
when they
tiny,
hang
yeah.
from the ceiling, or the really big ones, I guess
Yeah.
you can't bring. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that stupid, or are we okay with the fan ban and the speaker ban? That's a stupid one. The speaker ban.
A while back, you guys will remember, but a while back I did this Monday Mood Check episode where it was all about how people decked out their cruise cabins. And let's just say people are very, very creative. Some will just put stuff on the door to help them remember. Some people figure out how to make giant screens so they can project on. They will really use those magnets and have all kinds of lights and disco balls and whatever else hanging from the ceiling. So I understand that the cruise lines have to you know,
Cut it somewhere. Cut it somewhere.
just let's bring it down a little bit. So yeah, I'm assuming that a fan of large size, they're worried about it potentially falling, it hurting somebody, and then them trying to sue. So we're not at home. We want to be comfortable in the cabins. I know we want to have it so that we're enjoying it, but it's not our house. We're only there for maybe a week if we're lucky. You can't do major renovations. So
But it's just a fan. It's not like it's a pole. I mean, if it was a pole and we put it in Chet's room, I mean, he'd be going crazy. So I mean, it's just a fan, even if it's 13 inches.
it's just a mattress, but they don't want it out on the balcony.
Touche.
It's their rules. It's their ship. So
Right. All right, Chet. What do you think? Has the speaker ban and the fan ban, has it gone too far? Have we banned too many things?
I don't know. I figure there's always a reason why they did. We don't take fans. I know some people do. So they got to have some kind of reason why they did it. Like I say, possibly somebody got hurt is the most likely reason.
Is the most likely.
Most likely reason. So I think that's probably why. So whatever, I get it. The second one, the speakers, I can tell you why they did away with that. Because I'm on vacation, I'm there, and they've already got music playing. The ship's already got music playing, guys. And I don't want to hear Bill's music over here. He's playing something else. And Steve's over here playing something else. And somebody else is over here playing something else. And they each got to turn it up louder and louder so they can hear their music over the ship music and over that music and over that music.
Yeah.
That don't work. It just don't work in the real world. How about everybody, if you want to listen to that, play it quietly in your cabin and listen to it. Or put your headphones on or your earplugs. Don't they make little earbuds and things that you can put it in your ear and you can still listen to it on Lido Deck? I don't want to hear your music. I get pretty mad when I hear other people's music. And they don't want fights on the ship.
Right.
Yep, that's true.
That's true.
I don't, especially because that one's over there trying to drown that one out, and this guy's playing his too, and I want to hear what the ship's playing, and now it's just it don't work.
Yeah,
you got earplugs. Put the earplugs on. Put your headset on, or go to your cabin. Whatever you got to do. Nobody's saying you can't listen to your music. We're just saying I don't want to hear it, and other people don't want to hear it. That's all we're saying. So yeah, they have to ban it because people don't have any common sense no more. A lot of people don't. They're just, it's all about them and what I want to hear. I want to hear it. So I don't care what you want. I'm listening to my music. And so cruise line has to draw the line. They just have to because you're not dealing with adults anymore. You're dealing with post-COVID
and
people.
It's also like a numbers
Yeah.
thing. Like we forget, until you're on the ship, like how many other people are there,
Mhm.
and it's just be considerate of everybody else. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
your vacation, and you want
yep.
to enjoy it your way, but so does everybody else. So, like, just be mindful that it's not all to yourself, unless you chartered a private yacht, and that's different.
And you didn't invite the conscious cruisers, then you're really
That's
in
just
trouble.
wrong.
Okay, let us get a wind of that one. Okay, yeah, be our first traveling podcast. You charter us, maybe. Okay, and Chet will come dancing like this for free.
He's
Okay,
got moves, y'all. He's got
he's got
moves.
moves. He's got
As long
moves.
as they don't ban OnlyFans, I'm good. Ban them other fans, I guess, but don't ban OnlyFans.
All right, off to the question of the cast. Okay, so have either one of you have had anything confiscated from you by accident, leaving it in a bag, or on purpose? I don't know why you do it on purpose, but have you ever had anything confiscated from your person while entering or going on a cruise?
Nope, but it could have happened. It could have happened. You see, the cruise lines will let you bring on a bottle of wine per person, but it has to be the 750 milliliter.
Mhm.
First time we took the wine, we didn't know that. Just coincidentally, we got the right size, but the people in front of us didn't. And so when we were right behind them, they had their wine, and we were talking about the wines, and all of a sudden they said, "Oh, you can't bring this." I'm like, "Oh, we brought wine too." And they go, "Oh, yours is okay. It's 750 milliliters, and his is the larger size." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
that could have been us. It
people
could
are
have been
trying
us
to
because
maximize. Yeah.
you got to know which size to bring. You got to bring the 750 milliliter bottle of wine." And we heard tell some people brought 3 bottles of wine. They said, "Well, there's 3 of us in the cabin, but I guess you're allowed 2 or something." And so yeah, there's rules you got to know before you go, and
Hmm.
and that's when we almost got burned on. But other than that, no, we have not had anything confiscated. Thank goodness.
Okay. All right. Well, yep. 750 milliliter
Yeah.
wine. That is a good tip. Elisa, have you ever had anything confiscated?
Well, one time a roommate did. She had well, we didn't even realize that it was missing. It had been confiscated until we were getting off the ship. And, you go to swipe your card and, I don't know, whatever the security alert was. And we were like, what the heck? And the security officer was like, you can get your scissors at the terminal. And we're like who are you talking about? Who are you talking to? And she kept saying that the security officer repeated again, you can pick up your scissors at the terminal. We're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have scissors. I didn't bring scissors, whatever. And then after we walked away, it was like, she's like, oh, I think I had cuticle scissors that you were just talking about
There you
in my
go.
makeup
Yeah,
bag.
yeah,
She's like, I'm not going to the terminal for that. They can keep them. I was like, but yeah, didn't even realize them. Obviously, she didn't need them on board and wasn't looking for them. But that is a common thing that we would have in one of those little pouches.
Yeah.
But you could bring your clippers, like you said, you could bring your nail clippers, but you can't bring the scissors.
Can't bring the scissors. Can't bring the scissors. Okay. So I think the two things. Well, they weren't related, but one of them was definitely the coffee. And then there was another time when I actually the dog alerted for Bucky snacks. So the dog actually alerted for the snacks that we were bringing on. We actually got to take all of them on. There was nothing that was confiscated. Actually, no, they did take one of them that was open, I believe. But other than that, everything else got to go on. And they said the dog alerted because of the snacks. So they checked the rest of my bags. They checked my book bag. They checked everything. And they were like, "Yeah, the dog alerted because of the snacks."
Wow.
I've never been to Buc-ee's. What did you have?
Apparently, and alerted like sat right next to me, and I'm like, I'm sweating bullets. Like, what the hell? Right? They're looking through, they're pulling everything out, and I'm like, I really hope I didn't leave anything in there. And I'm just, nope, nothing. And then they're like, I'm like, yeah, those are the snacks that we just got from Buc-ee's. I think it was Texas, actually, now that I remember.
Mhm.
And they were like, oh, okay. And they just went through them, and they were like, we got to check all of them. Okay. It was like, well, we got to take this one. This one's open. Okay, go ahead, take it. They,
Right.
all right, you can go. And I was like, so what was it? And they were like, yeah, they were pretty confident it was the snacks.
It's thanks.
You have nothing else. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, you can go. Didn't even put all my stuff back. I had to do it all.
No, yeah, they only.
I'm like,
You figured that part out.
Right. But yeah, those are the only two times that I've actually had anything close to confiscated. Definitely do your due diligence to check in your bag before you go. You know, you could have a cuticle scissor, you could have something.
Yeah.
Of course, it will just get confiscated. You get it back at the end of the cruise. It's not the biggest deal unless you leave something like a, you know, then you might get in trouble. So leave all that stuff at home, as Chet said. As I said, it's just the place for it is at home, in your home. Otherwise than that, I mean, and does anybody else have any other things to add on the prohibited things that you should not bring, or anything else to add on the things you should not bring on a cruise? Leave them out.
I do want to add, though, that we have seen drug sniffing dogs on the ships as well.
Oh,
on the ships, yeah. We've gone out in the hall and opened up the door from our cabin, and there they were going down this cabin, and they were knocking on doors, had the dog there. I was like, ooh.
Oh shit!
He's fixing to get got, you know.
Fixing to get got.
We have seen the dogs on the ship.
That I have not. I have not actually seen a dog on the ship. I've heard of it though. I know that it is 110% true. But on the sailings that I have, I either haven't seen them or they just haven't been on our sailing. So.
Now, aside from those dogs, and this is another episode. You guys leave us a comment below whether or not you want to talk about that some more. Do we need to bring our pets on cruise ships?
Nobody said pets. Nobody said pets.
Nobody.
You all leave your pets at home. I'm so upset at you, all of you, every single one of you.
Yeah. I feel like these days the pets need a break from us.
I take my two dogs.
Unless it's a service animal, a legit service animal, service dogs.
That's what it is.
They need a break.
Yes, they do.
Oh my Lord!
My dogs love their vacation at the dog hotel. They get to play with all those other dogs for a whole week, and
yes,
you know.
I bet they do. They don't hear half as many dog squeakies. I mean, they're like, "Oh God, it's so silent here."
Finally, we can get some rest.
Yeah, finally we can get some. That's what they want to go get some rest too. Exactly.
Oh Lord. All right. This has been a fun episode. Thank you guys for all participating and letting us know what should be left at home. I'm so glad none of you said your spouses, because you would have definitely been sleeping on the couch tonight. So thank you. You should definitely bring all your spouses on your cruises with you, or your friends or your partners or whatever, your alien friends. Bring them all, because cruising is just so amazing. So hopefully you don't get anything confiscated. We will be back here next Monday morning with another amazing episode of the Conscious Cruiser podcast. We thank you guys for always listening to us here on YouTube, those who are joining, and those who are not joining on YouTube. Guess what? You must be joining on Spotify.
Ahoy, fellow cruise enthusiasts. Ready to set sail on a sea of knowledge? Have you checked out the Conscious Cruiser podcast on Spotify? Well, what are you waiting for? Every week, our podcast is packed with all your cruising essentials. Whether you're driving to work, driving someone crazy, or driving to your next cruise port, pop on the Conscious Cruiser. We've got the best know-before-you-go cruise and travel tips. It's like having a cruise expert in your pocket. So give us a follow, give us a listen, and let's make your next cruise the best one yet. Don't miss out on the fun. Join the Conscious Cruiser community today. Now, back to the Conscious Casters.
Spotify. And we are on our way to 100 listeners over there. And we're working our way. We're working our way. We're in the middle 30s. So if you guys can help us, go on over there, follow us. You'll get a little notification every Monday when it posts exactly at the same time as this episode when it started. And just give us a listen, because we sound better on Spotify. Apparently the chat says than we do on YouTube. So go over and listen. But guys, we will be back next week. Thank you very much, Elisa and Chet, for joining me today on this wonderful podcast. We will see you guys next week, and hope you guys all have a wonderful week. If you go over to the morning show, they go live together. Give them a little conscious raid so they know that Chet, Elisa, and myself sent you on over. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you later.
See you at the mood check.
Already beat you.